welcome back to a brand new video. So today is something totally different. So Blackpool is rich for all sorts of things and is absolutely steeped in history. So in today's video we're going to be visiting, excuse the umbrella, so we're going to be visiting some of the most haunted places in Blackpool, and the first one we're going to stop at is Carlton Cemetery. Now this place obviously is hundreds of years old, and it's also prone to the paranormal. So we're going to have a bit of a look around, and I'll tell you the tales what lurks at Carlton Cemetery. So there is quite a few places around as creepy as old cemeteries, but Blackpool's Carlton Cemetery is certainly no exception. I mean, there's a number of very well-known people buried at Carlton, including former Coronation Street Violet Carlson, Reginald Dixon, comedian Jimmy Clitheroe, and even the football star Stanley Montenson. I mean, but these aren't the people what is said to haunt the cemetery. I mean, there's famous residences, all sorts of people sadly passed away or buried at the cemetery. But one of the most frequently reported apparitions is actually close to the cemetery gates, and it's said to be of a female entity with a green coloured face. So I'm not too sure what that's all about. I mean, I know there is like sort of orbs where it's a first manifestation of a ghost, but there have also been reports of an old man with sunken eyes, long dark hair and a prominent chin and a hooked nose standing just outside the cemetery gates as well. So one of the reports actually come from a taxi driver who said the apparition appeared in front of the cab, causing him such sort of himself and his passengers really become terrified to jump out the car and actually run away. So it's really surprising. People think, cemeteries are not a place to to become haunted, but it just shows. So so we're going to move on and also have a look at some other places in Blackpool what got eerie tales, and see if we can have a look and just go into a bit of a history as well. So I just walk in here the gates where the apparitions apparently happen. So I'm just going to just show you the front gates of the cemetery, where several people have heard, like I said, things appearing and people getting terrified. So I'll just show you the front gates of Carlton Cemetery as well. So this is the Rakes Hall. So this is the second haunted location of today's visit, and over the years this has served as many a thing. It's served as a convent, a private dwelling, and even a public house. So these days it's a bit of a stylish bar inside. Actually, it looks I've been in it. It looks quite nice, but it's failed to let go of its past, and it is actually believed there's a spirit of a woman who drowned who is said to haunt the building, and this is on Liverpool Road in Blackpool. So it's the Rakes Hall, and this has got quite a bit of a history behind it as well, a bit of a dark history. So it is said to be haunted by a woman who sadly drowned. So let me know in the comments if you've seen or heard of any stories relating to any of the locations we're going to go today. But this is the second location today. So I hope you're enjoying the video so far. So we're going to move on to our third location. At the moment I'm actually quite wet, it's chucking it down in Blackpool. So we're going to move on to our third location, and it's fascinating. Just visiting these places, you can just get a sense of, how old the buildings are, what went on. So we're going to move to our third location and go and have a look at the history as well. So this is Blackpool's old coach house. It's said to be the oldest building in the South Shore area, and at one time it actually served as a vicarage. So it's now operated as a bed and breakfast and considered to be many the most haunted hotel in Blackpool. So the owners are frequently told by the guests that as a male figure wearing a cap and a black cloak, he rather discreetly stares at them while they sit down trying to enjoy the meals. So that's a certainly interesting one. So he's certainly not the only spirit apparently to roam the building. There's also been reports of a female entity. A female spirit is known as Shirley, and she also haunts the dining area. So it's actually really, really fascinating. So apparently, rather than staring at the dinners, she's simply said to be kept watching over the room. The owners yet to encounter either of the spirits, but the guests see them all the time apparently. So it's really frequent. Visitors and people who visit him actually see these entities. So that is a really fascinating one. So one of the most famous ghosts in Blackpool is Cloggy, who ironically enough is said to haunt the ghost train attraction itself. So he's apparently the spirit of a former train operator, and he's well known for wearing clogs. So visitors and staff alike have reported hearing Cloggy walking around the ghost train. Everyone knows him because of the distinctive sound of the walking clogs. So it's like I said, this is one of the most haunted places actually in Blackpool. However, Cloggy, sort of by all means, is not the only ghost said to be hanging around the pleasure beach. There's also been regular sightings of male figures in the cellar, who is described very much like Karl Marx, the 19th century German philosopher. There's also been reports of shadowy people moving around the entire area, and also a female walking through one of the bars. So it's no common for pictures to fall off the walls, lights to be switched on and off, and even a lady singing behind the bar when no one was around. So that's just some of the sightings, which absolutely is fantastic and amazing really. The ice skating ring at Blackpool Pleasure Beach is also particularly haunted. Staff often heard the sound of someone ice skating on the ring when there was even no one there. Also reports of equipment and lighting being shut off and on, tools moving around on their own, and doors slamming shut when no explanation can be found. So the very uncomfortable presence near them makes them feel very uneasy this time. So that is the end of the video really, of some of Blackpool's most haunted places. I will put a link in the description as well of some of the other haunted places, but you can just imagine the rich history of Blackpool. I mean, some of these buildings date back hundreds and hundreds of years, and the amount of people who've worked here, seasonal jobs, full-time, and the visitors, what have been, and the memories what people have created. So no wonder Blackpool is steeped in the paranormal. So it's just fascinating. So we're just going to end the video, a bit of a walk on the promenade, and it's absolutely thrown it down. The sea's coming in now, so we'll just sort of finish off there. So I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, consider subscribing, keep up to date with all the latest videos, and drop me a like and any comments if you've experienced anything in Blackpool, any hauntings or sightings. I will get back to you 100% because it's fascinating to hear everybody's tales. So until next time, take care. So I'm just gonna stay for a couple of seconds, and you see these like wind things. Well, I'm not too sure what they're called. You see they're swaying with the strong winds what are approaching Blackpool now, and look how grey the sky looks as well. So you can see they're really swaying. I mean, they must be really, really heavy as well. And then we got the iconic Blackpool Tower as well, and again that's probably a steeped in the paranormal, with all the history and everything behind that one. So you see the comedy carp is completely abandoned today. So it's really thrown it down with the rain, and what a complete change around since the weekend. You can see there's just a handful of people out today. So I always like to finish on the sea. I always think that's such a relaxing and calming. It's just sort of so picturesque. No matter what weather, if it's stormy weather, you know, it's brilliant, and if it's blue skies and really sunny out, it's amazing. All weather conditions, it's just amazing. So you see the tide is coming in there. Wind is certainly getting up. So I'll just pan the camera around once more. You can see how quiet Blackpool is today. Just think how many people have sat on these benches over the years. It's, I mean, there must be thousands and thousands of people able to sit on these benches. It's absolutely incredible. So this is one of the huts. I'm just going to see or show you. You can see it looks like someone's had away with the lead as well. Look at that. Compared to that hut over there, you can see someone's even swiped the lead. Such a shame.